The New York Times Book Review featured a review of I Break for Delmore Schwartz by Richard Grayson on Sunday, August 14th, 1983. The review, titled Uneasy in Brooklyn, appeared on page 12 and was continued on page 29, and first reviewed The One-Star Jew by David Avanier. Uneasy in Brooklyn. The One-Star Jew by David Avanier. 223 pages. Berkeley, California. North Point Press. Paper, $15. I Break for Delmore Schwartz by Richard Grayson. 95 pages. Somerville, Mass. Zephyr Press. Paper, $4.95. By Ivan Gold. Review continues. A less hefty tariff will gain you access to Richard Grayson's fifth book, I Break for Delmore Schwartz, whose title may have had life as a bumper sticker before it was placed on this collection of 15 short stories, all previously published in little magazines like The Smudge and Street Bagel. The stories generally revolve around a chap named Richard Grayson. This character, like Mr. Avanier's, is a writer from Brooklyn, uneasy in his Jewishness and very concerned with the aesthetics and mechanics of turning things into fiction and fiction into things. Mr. Avanier's and Mr. Grayson's stories are full of insanity, nutty therapists, cancerous relatives, broken homes, fiction workshops, youthful theatricals at Catskill bungalow colonies, and the morbid wizardry of telephone answering machines. Writing at less than the top of their forms, both writers appear as sensibilities in search of story, grab bags of meaningful memory, acute perceptions, and mordant social comment, which neither seems able to sift through and transform into art. Yet now and again for Mr. Grayson the shticks become inspired, as in a 2-page meditation on the letter, why/me, in the present volume and in the story, Inside Barbara Walters, in Disjointed Fictions, 1981. The histories of some of Mr. Grayson's other characters, like that of Saul and That Saul, folks, are artfully telescoped and given equal valence with the history of the times. That is to say, where were you, reader, when the lights went out for the city of New York? And is this useful? Is this boring? Fictional beings named Joyce Carol Oates and Donald Barthelme square off over the issue of the fragment as a viable literary form, but then they patch up their differences. The title story threatens for a while to turn into a well-made story about two friends involved with the same woman and both fearful, in the computer age, of continuing to lead the hand-to-mouth artistic life, but it pulls back just in time. If one is not blessed with a gift for extended narrative, a problem, Mr. Grayson faces squarely in How Not to Write a Novel, in Lincoln's Doctor's Dog and Other Stories, 1982, then why not go for the spring? And in a 24-page pamphlet, Eating at Arby's, 1982, Mr. Grayson mastered, or invented, a style equidistant between Hemingway's short stories and Dick and Jane, a feat probably useful and, at that length, far from boring. In Nice Weather, Aren't We? In the present collection, the grandfather of the character Richard Grayson has been leafing through an anthology of Jewish stories put together by a famous writer named Ballo. He looked at me conspiratorially. Personally, he said, I prefer your little antidotes, others may too. ___.